Shannon Sharpe is a prime example of what Amanda Seales was trying to illustrate in that 3-hour-long interview. For real. Hi my loves, your related girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I'm coming to you all with some commentary, finally, on the Amanda Seales interview on Club Shay Shay. Now, before I get into it, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I appreciate you. Now, girl, Amanda Seales went on to Club Shay Shay, a 3-hour-long interview now, nonetheless. I didn't watch it all because I was trying to, girl, first of all, Amanda's a lot. Amanda is a lot. Let's just start. Let's get into her. Amanda is a lot. She's a lot to handle. And I think that she's been persecuted so much that she over-explains and she over-analyzes and everything like this. She knew she was in an environment where she wasn't necessarily being heard and made to feel comfortable. And that translated in the interview. Now, I want to say one thing about Shannon Sharpe. I have some critiques because why in the hell didn't he know her race? And why was he trying to make her into a white person or a half white person, girl? I think that what he would, by him making it seem like she was white, I think he was trying to illustrate how people the black community don't really deal with Amanda because she is only a biracial person. So surely she can't politic in the way that she was politicking. And I think I've seen a tweet somewhere and it was just like, you know, Amanda Seales, you know, theoretically is supposed to benefit from pretty privilege, but because she has aligned herself in the way that she politics, she cannot. And that's why she's so angry. I think that a lot of people perceive her as, and especially in black spaces, y'all, especially in black spaces, I think that there is such a disconnect between, girl, and I don't even talk like this, but I'll just say light-skinned and dark-skinned women. And there is such a huge mistrust between us as black women. And I hope that in this space that I have, that we start having the conversations and bridging the gaps. Because truly, they have been so successful in dividing us as black women. Dealing with the men is a whole different other subject, y'all, because they really be behind a lot of the anti-black and bullshit, perpetuating colorism and race wars or complexion wars and all this dumb shit, right? And that's by either outwardly saying it, or, you know, women feeling like, oh, I have a little male attention, I have the male gaze, so let's leave the men out of it. Let's just talk sister to sister. I think that us as black women need to bridge this gap and get over that shit. Okay? Let's start there. It's a lot of, especially on YouTube, you know, oh, the black girl shouldn't be friends with this girl because she's secretly, they're out there. They're out there. That content is out there. And I want to change the narrative. I don't inherently believe that shit, because if we like this, we like them. If you really politicking like that. That's my disclaimer for today. So, Amanda Seales. So I think that Amanda is very successful in her own right, and I'm not here to talk about any of those things. I really just want to give my commentary on how I felt after watching and hearing a couple of my friends ask me my opinion, and we talk about it. A lot of people wanted to know how I felt in my personal life, how I felt about the Amanda Seales interview. And a few were men, a few were women. The men all felt like Amanda was off-putting. She was contradicting. She, you know, the party scene, the party illustration that she talked about the story, how she was invited to the party by Jesse Williams and was turned away and came back and stayed around. Let me just say this right now. If Jesse Williams invite me to a party, bitch, you're gonna have to claw me out his motherfucking lap, bitch. Let's just start there, okay? You're gonna have to physically remove, y'all see the motion? Physically remove my body away from Jesse Williams. Not for real though, because Jesse is not, let me stop. Girl, Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So, most of us, please, oh please, like Michael Jackson said, oh please, it was all a lie. So she's walking out. If she walked out and she walked back and she walked out and she walked back, I wouldn't went back to that party that many times. That's you. But you have to understand, that was a party full of her colleagues. Essentially, that was a work party. You work, right? You got a job, right? That's like they having a pizza party in the fucking break room, and you can't get in, and they like, oh, ain't nobody gonna say, we ain't gonna, oh, she gotta get escorted out. It's like, y'all know me. I've been working here for 20 fucking years. Surely there's a mistake. So something's wrong here. And no matter who you are or what point or what juncture that you're at in your life, you want to be accepted by your peers and your social groups. Why is that so hard to believe? Because she's a person of status? So what? That's human nature. That's how we are designed, right? So the whole autism thing, I think that there are some things that's going on with Amanda. She talked openly about her mental health and her mental breakdown, and I commend her for that. Y'all know how brave you have to be to come on here and talk about your mental health in a real way? Because the first thing they say, oh, she crazy, oh, she can't handle. Bitch, we go through a lot. It has to be handled. And so the fact that she talked about that, I think that was awesome. Shannon is a prime example of when opportunity just meets action, because he's not a journalist for real. He creates spaces, and I do appreciate a Shannon Sharpe over someone like a DJ Vlad. I'm gonna say it again. I appreciate Shannon Sharpe over someone like a DJ Vlad. I appreciate Shannon Sharpe over someone like a DJ Vlad. Okay, shout out to Dr. Umar. But there was something lacking. If it wasn't on this thing, he couldn't read it. He doesn't really understand. He doesn't really have the bandwidth. And I'm curious to know why, you know, she decided to use his platform to go on to. Maybe she thought that she would get some sort of protection or whatever, because she goes so hard for Black people, you know. And I'm not saying that Amanda goes so hard for Black people. She has essentially Colin Kaepernicked herself in her industry. And you know, as much as we were backing him, I think that we should back and support her. Because none of your favorite celebs, nobody who has an elevated social platform is saying anything or is calling truth to power. It is calling out the bullshit when necessary, outside of Amanda. So why further ostracize her because you want to still play in the system and play in this world? They don't give a fuck. You know, and I think that there's something so beautiful and so radical about a Black woman showing up truly in who she is, and not shrinking and not trying to become more digestible, and just simply being. It's powerful. It needs to be talked about, discussed, and more importantly, hear me, protected. So is Amanda off-putting? Sure. Can she say things more tactfully? Yeah. Do we like everything she say? No. But I don't see any of you other niggas out here doing half the shit that she's doing. Okay, she has 20 years in the game. She's been in this industry, and she's the only one who's not afraid to get up and say, hey, wait a damn minute. And for that alone, we should be respectful. And for that alone, we should be appreciative. And for that alone, we should support this woman. To a degree now. I'm not talking crazy. But y'all get what I'm saying. And so people who are still talking about, oh, Amanda, but she could do things, and I just think that she's had, you know, things. People have bad days. People are tainted. You know, people work at a post office for 20 fucking years, and they're tainted. You know, she's worked in an industry with a lot of politicking, a lot of, you know, disrespect and everything, sexual assault. So yeah, maybe she's a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Maybe she is a little less, you know, tactful, if you will. And Shannon, I just really hope that the writers on his show do a better job at preparing him. I think that he himself takes some, you know, responsibility for what he knows, educate himself a little bit more so that way he can have the range to have different conversations. And I think that he was up for, you know, commend him for being up for a challenge, because Amanda is smart. You know, he obviously doesn't, you know, whatever. And that takes some sort of courage and bravery. But I do think that having these kind of conversations show who's who and what's what. And I am not surprised that he did not agree, especially with the whole, the teacher wasn't being right. I mean, come on now. I already know how I feel about Shannon. I can tell by the width of his nose that he's dating. He does not care about. Okay. So where are we with Amanda? Are you guys a fan? Are you guys a supporter? Do you feel like she does too much? Why? Have you asked yourself, why do I feel like this? Because it's not a lot of people who are doing that, especially in Hollywood, especially with the access and resources and proximity that she has. They all in the party watching. I don't want to talk about Issa Rae. I think that's going to be a separate video. If y'all want to know about how I feel about the whole Issa Rae thing, please let me know. Let me know. Let me know how you feel. Drop down in the comments. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.